The range which has been, right from the mid of the June, we have finally broken it. So what do we do next? Let's discuss. Currently, what we see that we are very near to the next resistance, which is around 24,500. This is what I can see, a major one, from where we had a very good fall. And the small one is around 470 or something. So the 24,400 and 24,600 is a range where we might take a halt, maybe come back, and then see what next we will do. So currently, what we have to focus is on that we don't short at this point in time, or we go long at this point in time. Rather, we wait for a situation where we are able to find a good risk reward. Okay, for that to happen, what you have to do typically is to observe a data. So let's go to the data. So today, currently, as we can see, the PCR is good, healthy. ATM IVs are normal, nothing to worry as such. Although the Bank Nifty and Fin Nifty are showing elevated, but those are monthly expiries, so we don't have to right now worry about them as such. Sector-wise, IT started, as I was anticipating that for the Nifty to break this range, IT has to contribute along with the Bank Nifty. Although Bank Nifty is muted today, but is not falling as much. So the IT are the leaders, which is helping an index to take par the range that we have been discussing. Coming down, we have a high breakouts are all IT stocks typically ranging from as high as 6% for the day. And the put writer, if you see, they are still trying to capture all the strikes from the ATM, which is 350, 400, and so on, which means they are very much sure that this range is not just broken for the time being, it is going to sustain, and we might see 24,500 very soon. And even if that's sustained, we are going to rally towards 25,000. But that is for later. We will see that as and when it appears. Currently, the most active open interest being Bank of Baroda. We saw that we had a stealth build-up appearing a day before yesterday with a very small candle, and then it broke the low, and we had a very good fall since last 2 days. We have added some more stocks which are right now appearing, MCX and all those things, which where there's a good open interest building up. Adani has a good open interest build up, and so on and so forth. So we'll head over to see if we have any thing coming up in the OI profile to see that we are ready for 24,500 maybe by next week. Today being Friday, a lot of position might get unwind by the end of a day, given that people don't like to take a risk of a weekend. As we have seen in all the weekends, there is some kind of a news related to US and Iran will keep on happening. So to have that, avoid that headache, users, all the traders might wind up by the end of a session. So you have to be cautious if you are an intraday trader. If you have taken the position, try to wind up before 3 just to be safe. And if you want to carry forward, go and have some hedge so that you are not at a risk. Now coming down, we are building a very good wall around 24,300. It is in fact now POC that we see. We are seeing the writing happening in the 24,400 zone. Open interest added standalone is 73 lakh. It is not small thing. Now what we have to see is if these writers which are at 24,400 give up. Once they start to give up, then next round of rally would be in a matter of minutes. I won't be surprised. It's good that we have covered all the calls right from here, and the call writers have shifted to the above strikes. But will they be able now to handle these strikes is a question. I want to see subsequently in the day, maybe or next week, that these writers who are there above the ATM, they try to do something. If they do, if we see 24,500 writers getting added up more, maybe say like 50 lakhs or something, then you have a good chance of revisiting this sooner. And these writers would be in a panic. Now moving on to the position intelligence, although it's a very early to see this because I prefer to see it around 3 for me to have a fair idea of how the day has been. But overall, right now, as we see, Adani is one stock where the movement is limited, but the build-up is very good, about 3.5% the way I like to see. And so far, this is the only stock which has the open interest. With Nifty being a very not so liquid and start of the month, I don't want to take it very seriously because liquidity and the contracts traded are very lesser compared to anything. Adani is a high liquid stock, so I would rather take this particular stock seriously as at this point in time to see what by Monday we are going to see action in it. Right now, there is nothing that we have to just observe this as it is. Moving on to the intraday log, if we see right now, we have only one confirmed stock, which is HCL Tech. Why? Because we have a at the money put writing scene. We have a 2 stars, and so far this has been rising very good. Persistence, because it's early in the morning, is just 66%, but it's very good enough for us to be around 11 a.m. to have this persistency is good. We'll have to keep an eye on this particular thing. So let's see right now under CPR scanner what stocks do we have. So Nifty is obviously showing as extremely narrow, and there's a put writing that we saw also. So once you hit the confluence, you will only get stocks where there's a CPR and there's a price action. So the reason for building this is to not just trade on the CPR. See, people do like to trade only typically based CPR and price action, which is fair. It is not wrong. But I wanted this to be mixed with FNO, not just the price action. So I have added this confluence, which will then tell us if any stock where there's a extreme narrow or narrow, do we have any corresponding FNO signal? So the most legitimate of everything I feel is where the port writing is happening. I'm not taking away that there's a long build up of calls happening, but I want to be very pragmatic, so I prefer put writing the most. Now, SBI is showing bearish. It is below CPR, obviously. And there's a call writing which is happening, although it is above the strike. But just to say that there's a bearishness into the banks as overall that we are seeing also. Now, if we come down to the signals and we go to the options jungle and we click on the all threshold just to take into account everything, and I'll filter put writing because I want to see where there are stocks where there's a strength and there's a put writing which is happening continuously. So if I filter on the persistence, which is important to know that of this particular tech Mahindra is the one where we have a put writing, but this is very far off. So to tackle this, I have added this percentage away column, which will then tell us that stock is how much away from where the writing is happening. So if we filter on that, we have the lowest that is happening right now is HCL Tech. In fact, it is minus, which means it is the above ATM or the above current market price writing. So which is price is around 1144 and the put writing is 750. So it's a good sign. But because its persistency is low, so I have to be cautious. Had it been more than 50-60%, I would have been more convinced. Having said that, it doesn't mean that it is not the correct writing. But yes, I prefer the persistency to be high. Even Hindustan Unilever has put writing above the ATM, but again, the persistence is low. I want this to be higher. This lab, on the other hand, is showing a very good persistence of 100%. But the point is, it has right now come up, which is very latest time, 11:09. We are at 11:12. So it is showing 100% because there's only one snapshot of this writing that has been seen. Now, if it continues for, let's say, for even one more hour and the price is still in the range, then we can take this particular part seriously. So, taking persistence into consideration while thinking of writing will only save you to avoid from the premature writing or the what you say illiquid writing. Sometimes it may so happen that some writer would just simply write a lot or whatever, like for randomness. So to take away the randomness, the persistence was added for you to see if the writing actually is persisting and some big hands are writing it continuously for us to be sure that this is going to sustain and we might be able to cross that particular strike. In this case, 6,900. Okay, so we'll have to watch, keep an eye on this. Now, moving on just to see if we have anything else that has come up into Market Pulse. Market Pulse is a page which should be open for you every day. It summarizes almost everything in a very good way. Currently, Bank of Baroda is being short, and there's a good opponent is built up. Nifty writers are active. As Shield Tech, as we saw, writers are right now trying to add up. So there's no call writing as of now. It will keep on appearing as and when it is. Similarly, with the volume and OI breakout. So keep an eye on index. If we are sustaining 24,300 today and trying to cross 24,400, then 24,500 is not so far. Thank you.